Angels live in my town.
So listen the fuck up.
It's crazy.
This sounds like you actually have something to say.
Oh, good for you.
What the fuck is he talking about?
You guys are doing terrific.
This is great iced tea.
I think every American should be watching this.
All right, what's good, everybody?
How are you, buddy?
I'm good, Mikey. How you doing?
I'm okay, no complaints.
Yeah, we had an interesting last week.
Nice little run of shows there, yes.
We had a good run of shows. We had, last week we had a Halloween special. What'd you do for Halloween?
Well, they did this, some people were out. We took the kids for, a little trick-or-treating, and then we had a little party with some local neighbors, and, their kids and our kids, and they handed out candy if people came to the door, and they had more fun handing out candy than actually going trick-or-treating.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
So was it a typical year then? Like nothing different?
Not the numbers, but yeah, everybody took some precautions, like, some people were using, pick out of the bucket yourself type thing, not actually handing it. But that, I do that at my house normally.
To me, though, that's more of a spreader germ because now you got kids dunking your hand into a bowl of candy.
Is what it is.
Touching this one, touching that one.
My turn.
My turn.
My germ.
I seen people dunking all the packaged candy into Purell, like a Purell wash.
That's a little extreme, but
I think it would ruin the candy, and then that's probably poisoning it to a certain degree. I don't know. Anyways, we decided to do a special and make everyone else's Halloween maybe a little more special with Mitch Markowitz and the Hilarious House of Frightenstein. I really enjoyed the Halloween special. I enjoyed doing it.
Oh, my God. It was so much fun getting our little star there, Mitch, who's now a friend of the show.
Yeah.
He's in contact with us, asking us how things are doing. He's really supportive. Real nice guy.
He's been very supportive. He's shared out, to his fans and his, his supporters, our show, and he's been really great. I really appreciate Mitch
Super nice
supporting
guy.
us. Yeah.
Real nice guy.
It's kind of like he kind of, I think, maybe saw a little bit of us in him.
Make it younger. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
And he gave us a super nice compliment, the Wayne's World of Podcast.
Said he was the Wayne's World of Podcast.
Super nice guy, man.
Which they mentioned in that article that we just had an article out.
Yes, before we move on, I want to thank, we got some compliments on our stage setup or show setup for the Halloween special.
The set, yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of, what would you call those, items given to us?
Props, I don't know, set deck.
Our friend Dave, who is now a friend of the show as well, gave us stuff for the show, and people did comment on the pumpkins and the skeletons and shit in the back. It was cool shit, especially the piece that was on the middle of the table.
What was it, like a monkey mermaid?
Mummied monkey mermaid or something, but
it was so cool.
Thanks, Dave, before we move on.
Thanks,
to the
Dave, for helping us with the props.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Props, that was what I was looking for.
Yeah, we actually got a message from a company that does horror stuff, that wants to make us some props. We might actually get a chupacabra
prop. Yeah.
Well, they mentioned in the article that we haven't mentioned this on the show before, that we shoot this show out of Mike's garage, in which is what we also call the chupacabra, because it's like our hang. Like we hang here and drink. It's like a bar / studio / garage
/ whatever we need to make it into.
Whatever we need it to be, right? It's a chameleon.
Except we don't do oil changes there.
No, we don't. And brake pads. We'll swap on your brake pads though.
I'll wrench it.
Yeah, it'll tune
wrench around.
Wrench. So we might have a mascot. We might get a chupacabra.
Cool. It would just become the show / bar mascot.
Maybe we put that right in the middle. I don't know.
Well, are we moving that Wu-Tang hat? Maybe he can wear the Wu-Tang hat.
That'd be good. I think the set's getting expand. I think the set might change. We might change some things up with this set just as it is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because why not? It's an evolution. We're evolving.
No, you talked about that news article, which I think we've been sharing out on our social medias.
Yeah, we got a write-up in the paper
from Richard Hutton. Super good write-up. I'd like to thank him for that.
Yeah, thanks, Richard.
And we will share it again. And if you want to check it out, go click on the link and read it.
Yeah, it's in the paper on
Monday, I believe he said.
What's the date though?
Monday. Today's the. It would be the
9th.
It would be the 9th.
Yeah,
Monday the
November
9th.
November 9th. It'll be in the
paper. But it is online to read at, what is that, Niagara this week.
Niagara this week.
Thank you, Richard.
Thanks, Richard.
That was really nice. Now, talking about the article, we do have some emails and messages I'd like to go to. We had Bobby Renshaw. who seems-
Bobby's a friend of the show.
He's a super fan. He's a super
big
nice
fan.
guy. He's always messaging us, making suggestions, compliments,
Yeah.
super nice guy. But he posted on our Facebook feed, Bob Renshaw, 2 angels live in our town. Everyone's given one special thing, right? Well, this show has 2. Watch and listen.
I love that.
I love the reference.
Wicked reference.
Fucking great. Thank you, Bobby.
Bobby.
Bobby coming through.
Bobby's money.
Honestly.
I want to get him involved with the show somehow.
Yeah, when he comes down, he lives out, I believe, in Ottawa. But when he comes
Yeah.
home, he wants to hook up with us. So that'd be nice.
Yeah, no, I
Maybe
love
we'll
Bobby.
start having fans on the show. Super fans. Anybody that wants to reach out.
Yeah, maybe just to like come in on as a third mic, like just to sit on the show.
Yeah, and make comments. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
we'll
to
try that.
hang.
We might do that. Yeah.
I like that.
So then we also had that article. So we had some good positive stuff, and then we got this.
Uh-oh.
Hey, angels.
Oh, boy.
Peacock. I saw your little video. Guys, it's Mike D from Angels Live in Our Town podcast. Make sure you check out our latest episode with Mitch fucking Markowitz, the super hippie from the hilarious House of Frightenstein. You don't even know the name of your own show? It's Angels Live in My Town, not our town. From Angels Live in Our Town, Angels Live in Our Town, Angels Live in Our Town. So remember I posted that video?
Yeah.
And I said...
He called you out on it.
He did. So anyways, yes, it's Angels Live in My Town, Doug. Thanks, pal. And then we got...
I like that Doug's keeping you on point.
Yeah, he's keeping us sharp.
You do need to start... You do say angels live in our town too much.
Well, that's because our segment is Angels in Our Town.
I know, but you say
Gets
angels live in my
confusing.
town.
It's Angels Live in My Town. I don't know the name of the fucking show, Doug. Anyways, then he goes, and you with the long hair. Don't think I didn't notice. You didn't even try to dress up for a Halloween special. You just look like yourself in a robe. And I looked up the word cuck in Swahili, and it's Mikey.
No, it's not.
Get bent, boys.
Cuck in Swahili is Mike?
Mikey.
That's not true.
Doug's great.
Doug's a liar.
Come on.
Well, my costume was kind of weak.
Yeah, you
I'll
mentioned it. You
admit to
mentioned
that.
it.
I'll admit to
You
that.
said you tried. It was the try, Doug.
I got a lot of stuff going on, Doug.
Yeah,
you
give me a
know,
fucking break.
there's a lot of things that go involved with the show. I tried. I did try. I went to Value Village. I was looking for a specific...
Buddy, you don't have to justify yourself to Doug.
I know.
Fuck you, Doug.
Fuck Doug. Doug, okay, well, point well taken. Thanks for the
Thanks,
feedback.
Doug.
Thanks for the feedback.
Yeah, we always enjoy it. So next, we did do the Lonely Guy episode where we talked about, with Lonely Guy was super good. I had a lot
Lonely
of
was
positive
great.
feedback.
I love that episode.
Good
we had
shop,
some technical
cool guy.
shit. We had some technical shit with that episode, but great episode.
Cool guy, good shop. Go check it out. Lonely Guy, Lonely Man Boutique. But we did talk about the kid with the Iron Man thing, and now we've got this dude with the piano. And I'll just bring up a little bit of a read here for you. Real short. So we had this guy following several injuries, a Brazilian pianist. I'm not sure. I'm going to butcher his name.
Pianist?
Pianist. Am I not saying that correctly? Pianist. Juan Carlos Martin lost the ability to move his fingers. But after more than 20 years of being unable to play, a pair of bionic gloves are bringing him back. So we got this clip we pulled of him playing the piano. Oh, yes, sorry. There we go. Of him playing the piano.
This is a little slow.
Oh, yeah. Of him playing the piano and crying. This is the first time he's playing it. And then, remember how you were talking about, superhuman athletes? But, look how good this is doing. The fucking genius can now play again.
He can now play the piano again, and he is overwhelmed with emotion. Look at this guy.
He starts crying. It's such a moving video.
This is a very beautiful video.
And beautiful news, which I didn't think got enough coverage.
I mean, you see him, he's probably near the end of his life. He's a pretty old guy.
I don't know his age. I'm going to say by looking at him, he's probably late 70s, early 80s.
But you said, how long has it been since he played piano?
After 20 years of not being able to play.
So you'd think probably for the last 20 years, he's come to grips with the idea that I'm never going to be able to play the piano anymore because my hands
Look at this. It's so
don't
beautiful.
work. I want to know how these gloves work. That's crazy.
He's just, I should have looked up who made the gloves. Good on them. Thank you. Look at this guy. He's just changed his whole life again.
If I wore those gloves, could I play the piano like that?
You could do something with it.
I mean, he'd probably kind of already decided to himself, I'm not going to be able to play the piano anymore. I'm just going to die never playing the piano ever again. And then before, he kicked off the mortal coil, he was able to play the piano again. And I'm sure
awesome,
that
man.
emotion was just crazy. Like he never thought he'd play the piano again. And now because of technology, the robot hands.
Awesome story, man.
Awesome. And you think, dude, like the responsiveness of a robot hand's got to be real tight if you're going to play the piano. You're talking like milliseconds, of timing and precision. Very, very cool.
It was amazing. Now, this one we just pulled because we thought it was funny. So there was a bomb threat in Kansas. I think this might be a little bit of old news, but I just got it reposted again, so I thought it was funny as shit.
I think this is funny.
I'm just going to play it, let the fans laugh, and we can maybe discuss it a bit, but I thought it was funny to play, so here we go. Enjoy.
For customers at a Kansas Home Depot, police responded to reports of a bomb threat at the store in Wichita. A customer alerted employees. A man inside the bathroom said there was a bomb in the building. Police were able to locate the man responsible for those comments, and that man told police he warned other guests to leave the restroom because he was, quote, fixing to blow it up, but no one did not cause any panic. Man also told police others in the room laughed.
They can't even control themselves.
Understanding his joke, which I'm just now getting. Home Depot says they will not be pressing charges. But I can tell you right now, you asked the producer for me to
They charged him to clean up.
Buddy,
Ethan now, please.
No.
Yeah, like she started.
good.
She started that report like very serious.
Yeah, she had no idea where it was going.
No. He said he was, quote, going to blow it up.
They charged him a cleanup fee.
Were people running out of the bathroom like there was a bomb in it?
I think, yeah, and that's what... I guess that's watch what you say.
I guess. Or were they running out because of the
man.
stench that was probably... Maybe he did blow it up. Maybe he did blow it up.
He warned him. He warned him.
Hey, listen, I'm going to blow this place up.
Oh, man, that shit was funny.
Clear out. You need a fucking hazmat suit.
That's great. Huh?
That's
and
great.
The cameraman, everybody in the studio just can't control themselves. Classic.
Yeah, that's a good story.
It's so funny.
I wonder who called in the news to give him that scoop.
Probably Home Depot. Or the guy blowing it up. He's like, fuck, I'm king of shit.
Or do you think that they actually heard the story like, oh my God, there was a bomb scare at Home Depot?
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh yeah, but it was a false alarm. The guy was just taking a
She
shit.
didn't catch on to it until
Guy was
she
just
was
taking-
reporting it.
Guy was just taking a massive dump.
Yeah, hilarious. Oh, fuck, that was funny.
Bomb threat. All right.
All right, next is really a story. So we got...
This is the mayor affair.
The mayor affair. So, I know we don't do politics, but this isn't even political. It's a scandal.
It's a scandal. This is great.
Let me see what I got here on this quick little
I like
thing.
this story because the woman who's
Loses her mind.
She's a journalist. She's hot.
She's a good-looking woman,
Beautiful.
yeah. She's a good-looking girl. So, a little backstory is, so this lady loses her mind, and she's a journalist, and she's having an affair with a mayor from Alaska, Ethan Berkowitz. Wasn't there a serial killer? Berkowitz.
David Berkowitz.
Berkowitz, yeah.
Son
Anyways,
of Sam.
There we go, yeah. So anyways,
Maybe
Ethan,
he's the father of Sam.
Ethan Berkowitz got accused of, doing some weird shit like pedophile. We'll play the video. But,
Well, he's a Democrat.
so that makes it okay?
Well, no, it doesn't make him okay. It's just commonplace now. The Democrats are always accused of pedophilia, and
Isn't that crazy?
I mean, you heard of QAnon. We don't talk politics, but there is a lot of smoke around the Democratic Party when it comes to pedophilia. There's Pizzagate,
Yeah, there's a weird bunch of
the
shit going on.
Podestas, the emails with the hot dogs and the
So anyways,
stuff like
she
that.
says
I don't
she's
know.
going to put him on blast, that he's a pedophile and all this weird shit.
Yeah, which might not. I mean, like this is just wild conjecture from this lady
This
who's a
is-
scorn lover.
Oh, the facts have been disputed. I think the FBI got involved and said, no, what she's claimed is not true.
And that's highly bad. Like, I mean, that's got to be illegal. You can't defame someone like that, especially a public figure, to say they're a pedophile without having any
Correct.
sort of
Well, he fucking
substantiation.
resigned too. So now he lost his job.
Lost
She's
his job.
come out. She's a woman scorned. So now he's also lost his marriage because she came out. But I mean, he was cheating.
But you
This
see,
is it's just an ex fling that's scorned. Like she was just like his mistress.
she was his mistress, and I think she fell in love with him.
Oh,
He
buddy,
must have-
obviously, come on.
I think he gave her.
yeah, he gave her the
He
good
gave it
D.
to her good.
He
Yeah,
gave her the good D.
Like he dicked her down probably too good.
Too good, and then
And look
this is what happens.
Yeah, look
So
what
this was
happens.
the first one where she calls him out. There's 2 videos for this one. This is the one where she just calls him out.
Hello there, Maria Athens from Fox ABC, CW, Newsnet, National Alaska. Breaking news, according to reliable sources, Anchorage Mayor Ethan Berkowitz has his male genitalia posted on an underage girl's website. Coming up tonight, Fox 4 News at 9, ABC News at 10, CW News at 12:30, and Newsnet National for sure will cover this. You heard it here first.
I love the she puts on that.
Thank you.
She's crazy.
She puts on that reporter voice. That take care. Well, right now at New Zealand. That's like not really how she. But she looks unhinged. Like her eyes are bugging out. And by the way, what kind of report is that when you're in the control room with someone like filming you with a cell phone?
She's gonna win an Emmy.
By the way, so I'm pretty sure what happened was that day she was getting canned.
She got fired, yeah.
She got fired that day, and I think maybe before she left the studio, she's like, film this.
Well, she assaulted.
And we're going to post it.
She assaulted one of her coworkers who turned out to be, they found out, an ex-boyfriend as well.
Oh, my God.
She accosted him, I believe. That's what it said in the article.
So I get the feeling that because she's hot, she probably gets lots of guys.
Pretty.
She's really pretty. Probably gets guys, whatever. And then they realize how fucking crazy she is.
They gone.
And then they go, and then she gets even more crazy because she's just like, why can't I hold a man? Why do you want to stay with your old wife,
Buddy,
senator? What was it, the guy's senator, or was he a mayor? No, mayor.
Mayor of Alaska.
The mayor of Alaska.
Buddy, what's even weirder is how crazy this next message is she leaves. Like, she gets hateful.
Oh,
It's
this is
spiteful.
the great.
This is the best one.
This is the voicemail?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
this
she
is
left a
great.
voicemail threatening him and calling him out now, right?
The guy handled it pretty well, but like,
Well, he resigned though too, and the claims were false. Apparently, I mean, I'm not 100% sure on that. Don't quote me, but I heard that it was false. Anyway, so let's play
seems
this.
like it's
This is
false.
what's funny. This is why we enjoyed it. I love when people get crazy.
Yeah.
Ethan, it's Maria Athens from Fox ABC, CW, Newsnet, National Alaska. I just learned through my Emmy Award-winning journalism, you're also a pedophile and like little girls and children. And there's a website. I'm so fucking exposing you. I'm going to get an Emmy. So you either turn yourself in, kill yourself, or do what you need to do. I will personally kill you and Mara Kimmel, my goddamn self.
Wow.
You Jewish piece of living fucking shit.
Wow.
You have met your match, motherfucker. You have met your motherfucking match. I can't believe I am such a good person.
I'm such a good person.
I'm such a good person.
I fucking hate. I don't even hate you. I will pray for your Zionist fucking ass. You piece of shit loser.
You piece of shit.
I'm putting this on the news tonight.
You met your match,
Have a
motherfucker.
great Friday, you motherfucker.
You motherfucker. I love how she does the announcer voice, that
She's
fucking
crazy,
broadcasting voice. You motherfucker. She's unhinged. She sounds. What are you doing?
I'm trying to pause it. Sorry, my bad. Good, sorry.
You can just exit. Is this another video?
Do we have another video after? Not about this thing.
So
She's fucking crazy.
she sounds nuts.
She's crazy.
So not only she's like, I'm a good person. She thinks she's gonna win an Emmy.
Who's a good person that says you're a fucking Jew? I'm going to kill you. That's not a good person.
No, she's obviously an
She almost
anti-Semite.
sounds like Hitler.
Yeah, she sounds like an anti-Semite. She sounds like a fucking Nazi.
Buddy, what did he do?
You
to her?
Zionist motherfucker. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. I mean, does this guy leading her on to like say that he was going to leave his wife and marry her?
I have no idea. It's just a wild, wild, wild story.
Wow. What happened to just like, well, let's have some fun. Keep it casual. You're on the news. You're having some fun. You're a young lady.
Yeah, he's a little bit older, and I think she was in her 40s. She looks good.
I looked at him. I'm like, I can't believe this guy got this girl. Like he looks really.
Yeah, he's got glasses, and I mean, he was an older man.
But he doesn't look like he doesn't look like a coxman. He doesn't look like a guy. He doesn't look like a coxman. He doesn't look like a guy who.
Look what he did to her. She's crazy.
Fuck, dude. He cocknatized her.
Hey, respect the cock.
Respect the cock. She's dignitized. Okay, she's out of it. She lost the plot.
That phone call is just totally blowing me away. I don't know. I'm almost speechless. I have no speech.
You've lost all speech.
It's just so crazy to me.
I mean, what's going to happen to her? I think her career's like
it's done.
Toast.
It's done. She's like probably up for like hate crime if that's a thing in the States. I don't even know. Like,
if she hadn't done the anti-Semitic and then the death threats, then maybe people would be like, oh wow, this girl's really interesting. She would have blew up, got famous. Maybe her career would have gotten bigger. But now it's like
she fucked up.
Yeah, no one's going to want to listen to you report the news, lady.
No,
even
her
though you're
career's
a hot piece of ass.
Done.
She's a piece of ass. She should do porn. I'd watch that.
The crazy news lady.
The crazy news lady who fucked the mayor.
Yeah. And now she's fucking for you.
Yeah. Crazy. If crazy.
Why does everything we talk end up being like a dick joke or come to porn?
I don't know. But but I do have a theory that crazy women are incredible in bed.
That's a pretty good theory, I guess. I don't know. I haven't
think it
dated
is.
many crazy women, so.
Well, I mean,
I think guys are
all
attracted
women
to
are
crazy.
a little.
I
crazy.
think guys are attracted to crazy though.
I like a little bit of wildness. I don't like boring. I don't want like a lady who's too even keeled, I guess. I like a little edginess. There's like
Keeps
a
you
little
on
bit,
your toes.
Yeah, a little thrill to it.
Kind of like what
Exciting.
Doug does to us. He keeps us on our toes, keeps us sharp.
Yeah,
You like a crazy girl that's
exactly.
going to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, like Doug. Yeah,
You want a girl like Doug.
no, I don't. I think.
Anyways, great. Those are also all the stories are fucking hilarious so far. I love it.
We just burned through them real quick.
Well, buddy, funny as shit.
Did you hear the story about Whole Foods?
No, I did not. What's
didn't hear
with
about this?
The Whole Foods.
So it's been big. This last couple of days, Rob Ford had to make legislation to say that no employer could ban their employees from wearing poppies because Whole Foods banned their employees, prevented their employees from wearing poppies, banned the poppy from the store, wouldn't allow employees to wear the poppy. So it became a story. And like Doug Ford said, this is a disgrace that we have to make legislation for this to make it a law that employers can't do that. But people were calling for the...
That's strange. Isn't Remembrance Day should be a fucking holiday? You know,
It is a holiday.
I mean,
but
yeah,
we should have the day off work. You're right. We should.
It should be a little more revered. Is that the word?
Revered.
Revered. Thank you.
I agree with you.
Revered.
It's a very important day.
It is. You know, these people died for us.
Absolutely. Speaking of which,
just-
we should be wearing poppies this week. We should be wearing poppies right now.
We fucked up.
We fucked up. I have
Anyways,
one.
you know what? We're just gonna say it. Thank you.
Thank you. And
Yeah,
never
thank
forget.
you to our vets, man.
Lest
That's
we
fucking
forget.
cool as shit, man.
Lest
And
we
that's
forget.
messed up. Bad on Whole Foods, man.
I'm like that. Why would they even decide to do that? That's what's the idea there?
No.
Because to me, honestly,
I bet you they're allowed to wear Santa Claus hats during Christmas, which they're okay with that probably.
maybe they're not.
Fuck.
Maybe they won't say Christmas though.
Yeah,
you know,
people
stuff
do
like that.
Yeah, I mean,
This,
to each his
I don't
own.
know.
But this is a bad stance on Whole Foods. Is that the name
Whole
of the store?
Foods, yeah.
That's wrong.
I agree. I think that's going to be really bad for business. I think people already kind of are aligning. Like, that's a big deal. Remembrance Day, what those people did, that's like almost everyone's grandparents or parents even.
Someone in your family.
Someone in your family,
Most
possibly,
likely.
you know, was in that war.
Or
and
knows
was
somebody like close that was. Yeah,
Well,
that's
yeah.
messed up, man. And even the people that serve today. You know what? It's kind of a holiday for all our veterans. Fuck it, man.
Absolutely.
That's messed
that
up.
keep us safe, that protect our values, that protect our freedoms. And for Whole Foods to do that, yeah, I'm totally against that. I really just really
I think
put a bad taste in my
if you
mouth.
want to wear your poppy, you should be able to wear your poppy.
I think everyone should wear the poppy.
We support veterans.
Absolutely. We should have some. Actually, we know a guy.
veteran, yeah.
We know a guy.
Yeah, we might get him.
I think we'd bring him on the show, talk about some of this stuff. It's
Yeah.
pretty interesting.
Yeah.
We later on the show we have a expert. We want to talk
Oh
about.
shit! Yeah, let's talk about like how we wanted to do the. So we thought it was funny after our Halloween special, and we were talking about candy, and I think Mike commented, "Man, how many candies did you eat?" And I think I ate 8 in one day, or like in an hour.
I'm a little worried about you. That we had a psychic that on and told you were going to get diabetes.
And here I am eating 8 mini chocolate bars.
Yeah.
What?
A whole gang of chocolate. I need it badly.
Jesus!
And she said your foot's going to fall off. She said, "Watch the sugar. Don't
Yeah.
drink beer." What are you doing? What are you doing, Mike?
Drinking the beer, buddy.
You can't
This is a tasty beverage.
That is a tasty beverage. You can't get enough of that Bench Brewing.
No, I do enjoy
It is
the
really.
Bench
This is a nice one. I like this one. What
Which
is
one
this
you got? I'm back on the. I got the Session IPA. That's the one I just grabbed out
This
of the
is
fridge.
the East Coast IPA. I love IPAs.
Yeah, IPAs.
I'm an IPA guy.
Yeah, well, I like IPAs because they're hoppy. I like the flavor of the hop.
I like it too.
I have a couple, and I enjoy.
Some people hate it. I
Couple
love
too
it.
many. Couple too many.
I like it.
Anyways, so we thought it would be funny because we were talking about diabetes, the psychic, Halloween candy, yada
Halloween,
yada
yeah.
yada, and we thought we would get a what are we? She's a homeopath. Homeopath.
Homeopath. Not a naturopath.
Not a naturopath, a homeopath, and
Homeopath.
get some expertise on what we say. We're talking about obesity, and we started looking up stats in Canada.
Right. We this is what we spurred it on because we were like, how do we find? How do we look up the average size or height?
We just got on the topic and then I just Googled it.
Yeah.
We want to go through these stats now, or do we want to wait till we get our specialist on
No,
the phone?
I think this is just an interesting stat.
Okay.
We talked about this.
Which one you want to hear? The Canadian one? I got Canadian and American.
Yeah, well, the Canadian and American are pretty close. You'd think
They're
America...
similar. They're similar.
Everyone thinks, oh, America, they're not as good as Canada. We're better. We're a little bit better in this regard, in that statistic, but we're not... We have nothing to crow about.
We're very similar.
We have nothing to crow about, but tell them the statistic, Mike.
So what do we got here? The Canadian average man. So it says, for instance, the average Canadian man has a 38-inch waist and weighs 187 pounds.
To me, and how tall is he?
5'9" is the average height.
So 5'9", 187 pounds.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, that's probably
not
still
too
20 pounds
crazy.
overweight, maybe or 15.
And a 38-inch waist?
Correct. Now, this is
That's
where
a
I
big
thought was a
waist.
little more shocking. Canadian women wear 33 pants, size pants, and weigh about 155 pounds.
Buddy, did you say it was 170?
That's the American one.
Oh, so 155 at what height too? That's important.
The Canadian one doesn't say, but I looked up the average, not on this article, but the average Canadian height is 5'4". Like 5
For women.
For women, 5'4".
So
So 5'4",
5'4",
155.
155 pounds. To me, that's overweight.
I also read another article. It said like 160, but I mean, we're in that range, right? We're within 5.
That's not as bad as the U.S., but U.S. was a little worse. What were the U.S.
The
numbers?
U.S. was the American man, 20 years or older, weighs an average of 197.9 pounds.
Okay.
Waist circumference, 40.
And his height, like
5'9" as well. 5'9" seems to be the average.
See, that to me, that's the.
And these are legit sources, like McLean's.
I get I get it's like
CDC and shit. Like these are legitimate sites.
Like I get these are averages, but if you were to look at the average man, a guy who's 5'8", 97 pounds, with a 40-inch waist,
basically 198 to be honest with
he
you.
looks like shit. Like a guy who's 5'8", 100.
That's basically me.
Unless he's cut, but with a 38-inch waist, you wouldn't be cut.
Well, everybody's frame's different, right? What was this one? This one is average American woman. So this one's the average American woman, age 20 and above. This is from the same site as the CDC. Average weight is 170, and the height is 5'3.7. So basically 5'4" with a 38-inch waist. So the women in the States, they claim on average are bigger.
Yeah, that makes sense. But like the 170, like if you're a woman and you weigh 170, you should be like almost 6 feet tall. You should be close to 6 feet tall.
There's people that are thicker, and you know,
if you're,
I get different body types.
What was the average height? 5'4"?
5'4" is basically renowned. Yeah, 5'3".
So 5'4", 170. That's
huge.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
That can't be healthy. I'm worried about people's health. I mean, you know, I'm fine if you're a little bit bigger and you're healthy, but like that doesn't seem like you could be healthy at that point.
I think we're gonna ask Megan. We
just
have
wanted to
a
get into
naturopath
this.
coming up.
Yeah,
homeopath.
a local girl,
homeopath.
homeopath. Don't you dare say that.
Homeo don't play that.
Homeo don't play.
Homie, don't play that.
That's a great reference.
Yeah. But she maybe she can tell us what is what I know. I think it's like 20 to 30 pounds is kind of like you're almost obese. Like overweight. If you have excess of 20 to 30 pounds of body fat.
I mean, like I hide it pretty well. I like to compliment myself, but I definitely am obese. Like,
yeah. I think you're probably you hide it. You do hide it really
look at that.
well. You look kind of
Stacy likes it. Stacy likes it.
Yeah, she does. And you don't gain a weight in your face. Like I gain tons of weight in my face. Like
mine all
quick.
goes to my gut, which hence the psychic diabetes. I believe when it goes to your stomach. I'm gonna ask
Insulin
the
gut.
homeopath if that's like a thing. If all your weight goes to your stomach, is that like a sign of a diabetic?
I think. Well, what they say is like the insulin belly. Like you see those those pot bellies. Those are because of insulin.
I love a pot belly.
Little perfectly round pot belly.
I'd punch you in your belly.
A big, perfectly round pot belly. If I had one, I'd wear a t-shirt 2 sizes too small to accentuate it.
Not like Madonna when she did Lucky Stars.
Yeah, exactly.
So
anyways, we have Megan coming on. A local Fort
on.
Erie girl, but I believe she's out in Hamilton now or wherever. She's going to come in and talk to us because she's an expert.
Yeah, she's an expert, and I'm interested. I want her to help you. I actually think Mike's
Buddy, don't worry about me.
Listen, buddy. You give up too quick.
I'm happy.
I know. Are you?
I am.
I think you'd be a lot happier if you were in good shape and you were looking good. You're a handsome dude. You're very handsome.
Thank you.
you kill. Like, the women just like.
I'm married. I want to kill. I want to be I want to lose weight to be healthy for me and for my kids.
I get that.
It has nothing to do with looks now. Like you said, I'm already handsome, so I don't need that.
But it's I get that. But it is it makes you feel good about yourself.
That I agree with.
And especially when you get those kind of attraction from women, that makes you feel good. You don't have to act on it, but it makes you feel good.
Yeah, people like that. Well, women like that when guys look. Everybody likes to be wanted. Everybody likes to be wanted. I get you. I get you.
You know what? You got so much there. Like you just honestly, dude, you're not that bad off. You could just probably.
I'm honestly 20 pounds
months
from looking like a normal human.
20 pounds, yeah. You could look like a human being again. Yeah. 6 months, buddy. I give you 6 months. You do it slow and steady. You always say this. Tortoise in the hare. Slow and steady wins the race.
The bulls, buddy. Let's back to that fucking bull story.
Let's go stroll down and fuck them all.
Fuck them all.
Exactly. So maybe Megan could put you on something. I know she's a big expert on gut ecology. I'm a big proponent of this.
Yeah, she did say that to us, yes.
Gut ecology is a big important thing.
You are what you eat, man. That's actually fucking, there's a lot of truth to that, man. I feel like all your health comes in from your diet.
It's true. They actually say the gut is your second brain. They say you have a gut feeling.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of true because there's microorganisms like what they call the biome, your gut biome, all these bacteria that actually
biome
break down your food. They actually send out signals to your brain to eat the kind of foods that they want to eat. Like, because they eat the fucking shit in your intestines. Like, they break it all down. So if you eat a lot of sugar, then your gut biome gets populated with all these bacteria that want to eat sugar. So then those biomes are sending out more signals to your brain. Eat more sugar, eat more sugar, eat more sugar.
Wait a minute. Are you an expert?
I'm not an expert, but I've done my own research. I like to be healthy. I want to eat healthy.
You do try.
For me, it's not even so much about health as I just want to look really good, and it's hard for me. I don't have the genetics. I like slang. I like slang. I like feeling good about myself. I don't want to leave my house if I don't look good. I'm like David Bowie in the last part of his career, when he got fat and he didn't want to leave the house.
David Bowie got fat?
Well, you didn't know that because he wouldn't leave his house.
No. I saw a documentary on his last 5 years, and he did not look fat, bro.
No, not the last 5 years. Not the last 5. Well, he had cancer. He was dying.
The video doesn't. He was dying, but before he had cancer, he was doing some kind of Broadway play, and he that was one thing he wanted to do. That's when he had cancer. But they do the last 5 albums he did.
There was a period where David Bowie gained weight. He got fat, and he wouldn't go in public.
You know what? Try to make a footnote of this because I want to see a fucking picture of that.
He's the Duke. What is
the Duke?
The Duke of what is it?
No, the Duke. He's
it's something
the white
Duke.
Pale
the
Duke.
White Pale Duke.
Pale Duke or something. Or the Duke Pale or some shit like that. Yeah.
The White Pale Duke. So he could
not.
Two
guys that love music can't even get a fucking famous fucking guys, AKA. We're fucking losers.
Well, we got pretty
pale. It's the Pale Duke.
Is it the Pale?
You know,
White
I take
Duke?
that back. I think it's just Pale Duke.
Is it the Pale Duke?
We're setting on Pale Duke.
Yeah. Well, he's got an image, and he wouldn't leave the house.
Buddy, that guy was so ahead of shit. Anyways, but I don't want to.
I actually just listened. I know, but I just listened to that last album that he recorded.
I loved it.
It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard.
He's so good.
I couldn't imagine someone who's nearing the end of their life being so creative and so beautiful and brilliant.
But a lot of those artists, older artists, everyone knows I love Bob Dylan, but honestly, since early, after he came out of Time Out of Mind, he's been on fire. He has not put out a bad album. Even the Sinatra covers, they're good, but his actual original albums that he writes and performs on, fucking unreal. These guys
about his new stuff.
From '99 on, buddy, he's on fire, and it gets slept on. He just put out an album a couple months ago during the pandemic. Fucking awesome.
I don't know. You know what it is about? I like young Bob Dylan because of his voice. His voice now is too.
Yeah.
It's too gone.
Buddy, it's the songs. He's just such a good songwriter. Anyways.
He's a brilliant songwriter.
I don't want to get off too crazy. The best.
But so Megan, I'm hoping, is going to
We're going to call her soon, too. But I do want to share one more thing we saw, and I know you're a big fan of.
Yes.
The Jerky Boys are back.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to pull this up here for us.
Last episode, if you guys caught it, if you haven't caught it, go back, watch the Halloween show. Okay?
Yes.
We put a lot of effort. We had a great guest.
We had a lot of fun doing that one,
Good bits. And if you haven't seen it, we do a prank call. We do this kind of fun prank
We got
call.
motivated after seeing this.
A little bit.
A little bit.
But I was inspired by the Jerky Boys at a really young age because my brother got a hold of one of their cassettes.
Yeah, you've told me this story.
And it was before it had been released commercially for retail. I guess that's how the Jerky Boys
Wasn't
got
that
picked.
their shtick, though? They pretended like it wasn't released, and it was, and then...
No. It was
No?
not published. No, this was a tape that people... Because remember cassette tapes?
I do.
You could dub them real easily.
Yeah.
And so I guess they'd recorded their tapes and then it started kind of spreading around and passing around. People would dub them, copy them.
Yeah,
send
then you
them
don't
out.
have to buy them.
And then my brother got a dub. It was a tape, and I would listen to. But it was so cool because you felt like you were listening to something that no one else had. It was like this. Oh my God! This like hilarious
You were
prank
so hip.
calls. It felt hip. It felt cool. And it got me really into the Jerky Boys. And I think years later, then they did the movie. They had a Jerky Boys movie.
Yeah. They blew up for a bit. Yeah, they were real popular.
What were the guys' names? It's Kamal as one of them. The brown guy's
Kamal. I could look it
the
up.
big
It's right
guy.
here in this article, I think.
And the other guy, the white guy, I can't remember his name.
Oh, shit. I cut it off.
Saul Rosenberg.
They have, so anyways, like you're saying, so they have a new album coming out at the end of this
new
month.
album.
November
Yeah.
27th, it will be out.
About
on
fucking
what they
time.
call Black Friday.
Did the Jerky Boys think like that they were gonna do more, like they were gonna have more after like the prank call thing? Because like,
Well, they did
why
movies,
would
like you said.
They did the movie, but then why not do Jerky Boy albums like every year?
But I
Like-
think this is like 19 or 20 years later. So, like, I mean, they've
That's what I
waited.
mean.
Maybe they've been saving all this good material and they're going to drop it on us.
Okay, well, let's hear. We got a new call.
This is the new Jerky Boys, apparently.
And the album's coming out what, November 27th?
27th, Black Friday, they said.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm anxious to. I'm gonna listen to it.
Let's give it a listen.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling iRobot. The health and safety of our customers, employees, and the general public is our top priority right now.
For expedited service, please have the following ready. Your robot fully charged and with you. Thank you.
Thank you for calling iRobot Customer Care. This is Jennifer speaking. How may I help you today?
Hello. Oh boy, I got a bit.
Yes,
I got a bit of a problem here, ma'am.
Still
I
the
have
same
the
voices.
iRobot, and
Okay.
I put a little bit of duct tape on it. I duct taped a very sharp knife to the iRobot, and he's outside the bathroom door now, and I'm in the bathroom. I'm scared for my life.
Okay. You're saying that you attached a knife to the robot?
Yes, I attached a knife to the robot because I needed a little help. My fingernails are very brittle. And what I did, I didn't realize this thing would have a mind of its own. It's outside the door now, and I'm
Skynet.
fearing for my life. They may have to send out the fire brigade because can't you hear that? He's coming with the knife over, boom, boom, and he's with the knife like this.
boom,
I
boom.
didn't expect
Kinda like
him
your
to
soccer
do this
game.
sort of thing
Yeah.
and behave this way.
Okay. Sorry to hear that.
You send somebody, please.
The app?
You have to send somebody. I can't control him. He's outside the door. What am I supposed to do now? I can't get out of here.
Okay. Do you have an email address that I can pull up your account information?
Yes, it's Saul. Saul, damn you.
Saul, damn you.
Saul. Did you get that? Please.
You said Saul, S-A-U-L.
No. It's S-O-L. Saul, damn you.
See?
Do you hear that thing outside the door? If he gets through this door, he's going to kill me. This is crazy. Please help me. Doesn't that thing know how to dock?
This is still pretty good. They still got it.
Can I ask
It's
it?
still pretty
Can
good.
I say nicely to him, please go away, please go back to your dock station, and please put down the knife? Can I say that nicely?
How can you put it down? You taped it to
phone
him.
with you?
He'll listen to me if I call him?
If you have the phone with you and the robot is on there, you can control it from there. Do you have
Oh my
Is it
God,
connected
thank
to-
you. Thank you so much for that. Well, let me get off the phone with you now because he's going to get through this door in a minute. Let me call him now and ask him nicely to please put down the knife and go back home to your dock. Oh, please, I'll call him right now. Thank you. Thank you.
I can do the call with you while you go on the phone on the app.
No, I can't because I got to get off the phone. He's going to come through that door any second. Let me call him now, please. Thank you.
Okay.
And she's like, okay, call the robot. Call the robot. It's so funny.
That was so funny. Anyways, I enjoyed that. They got a new album coming out.
Yeah. This is going to play.
Oh, well, do we want it to play? No. Did I pause it? I'm fucking this technology. Fuck it, man.
I don't like the Chromebook. I don't know why anyone would buy a Chromebook. That stinks. I think that's why they buy, like, they give them to kids because they're cheap and
Well,
they
this
fucking
is my
suck.
kid's Chromebook. We were having technical difficulties.
Yeah, we did.
We flipped to a Chromebook. Lucky my kid has a Chromebook.
Luckily.
And that's why I said right before we started, like bear with me, because like if you see the mouse, it turns to a head. It drives me crazy.
Yeah, look, what is that? It's like a guitar pick?
Buddy, I asked her to give me an arrow. That's what she gave me. She tried.
Yeah, but that
Thank
was
you.
funny.
Thank
And
you,
actually-
daughter.
Thank you. Yeah, I won't mention little Chucky.
daughter. Little
Chucky.
Mike.
Yeah. I'm thinking we should start doing prank calls for the show.
Yeah, we should.
Phony
Start.
phone
I thought it
calls.
was fun. Yeah, I thought it was fun. I think we can get better at it, and we need a little more practice. That's all.
Yeah, and I think
practice.
I think what these guys do, and I think what the key is you do a lot of them, and you just pick out the best ones because like most of the time people hang up. People
Put you on hold.
They don't say. Yeah, they put you on hold. They
fucking
don't
hold every time.
They don't say much, and like the reaction is kind of critical.
To be honest with
the
you,
call.
but like, how often do people actually call businesses anymore? Though, like I do. I love the phone call over emailing or doing online. I like every time like a guest gets with us, I always give a phone number.
Well, I think now because of the lockdown, a lot of people call because they're not sure if the place is open, what the rules are.
That's a good point. Actually.
Can I come? Can I pick it up? Can I order ahead of time? Hello. This is Pico.
His name is Pico or something like that.
Pico?
Right.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, this is Pico.
Anyways,
Hello, this is Pico.
So we just need practice, man. We're not talking about the phone calls we love.
I think
We're talking
so.
about practice.
We in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
I think doing the voice though, I think that's where I like when I do prank call. When I try to do prank calls, I never just do it straight. Like I always do a voice, and I think that comes from the Jerky Boys because they always have Saul Rosenberg.
Saul's so funny. They have the same voice 20 years later. It's classic.
And then they have the Egyptian magician.
My name is Tarbash, the Egyptian magician. I do magic act.
Okay. If you want to come in and audition,
What I do, I eat hot coal.
that's great.
I stab customer and I with saber, and I sick my cat on my performers and they maul them on stage.
Wow.
But in my country, that's considered entertainment.
That's considered magic.
Yeah,
And
so
like,
you know
it's-
way more than I
buddy,
do.
well, I love that. They were
I did
so
like them,
funny.
but I wasn't that. I didn't have the tape.
It's all red and stingy.
You know, these firecrackers, my God, I can't even, really, I'll tell you, I don't even see fingers, but maybe it's just because I'm numb and stingy.
It's funny. I mean, they're funny. They're funny. They're real funny. I think we got the nutritionist.
Yeah, she's
now.
coming. Yeah, we're gonna
Well, she's
set
not a
up for that.
nutritionist. Sorry,
Oh,
homeopath.
buddy, don't. Yeah, homeopath.
Homeopath. Well, she's gonna just. She's
Homie,
gonna.
don't play that.
Homeo don't play that.
I don't think so. Homie, don't play that.
She's going to, I guess, explain what that is. I'm not even sure what. I think it's a natural.
I think they
kinda
use
thing.
different medicines. In my opinion, different ways to attack whatever
Yeah.
not attack, but help the people.
Homeo versus naturo.
We should ask her what the difference is. I think that's a good question.
I know. 'cause,
And
like,
we're
I'll-
gonna get on the obesity topic and some healthy tips she can give us.
Absolutely. I
Beautiful.
think we both need it.
Oh, buddy.
I'm gaining some weight.
How do you- how do
now
I-
they
I'm
shut the
gonna
gyms
ask-
down. I gained a little weight. I'm sure the audience can see it. Can you see it?
No,
I
you
gained
look
a little
good.
weight.
You look good.
Oh.
All right, buddy. Let's get this call set up.
Okay.
All right, my man.
Let's do it. So, Megan, this is Megan Manzo to our audience. Thanks for coming on Angels Live in My Town. Appreciate you coming on the show.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Let's get right into it. So, Halloween, lots of sugar, lots of candy. We've noticed that, there's a trend now for people, there's like, people are gaining weight. People are getting heavier.
Well, the average, we pulled
do-
some statistics.
Yeah,
We
there's
came
some
up on this
statistics.
conversation, Megan. We were discussing, like, we had a psychic on one of our last shows, and she said I should stop drinking beer because I'm going to become a diabetic.
And his foot's going to fall off.
And my foot's going to fall off, she said. I mean, like, she's being a little extreme is my guess.
She thought his foot's going to fall off. yeah.
So then we were talking after Halloween, and Mike was like, oh, man, the candies. And we were talking about that. And I'm like, yeah, I fucking ate like 8 or 9 in an hour, little mini chocolate bars. And then we started getting on obesity. Then I was like, man, we looked up the stats. It's crazy to us, the averages in Canada and in North America in general. And
For body composition.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're looking at like, what is it, 5?
I think it was 5'4" for women, 160 pounds in Canada is the average, which to us seems very big.
That sounds heavy, yeah.
Yeah, the problem nowadays is weight. Like, it's not just about calories in, calories out, right? We hear that all the time. Calories in, calories out, exercise. There's a lot more shit going on because, unfortunately, in North America, the quality of our air, our soil, our water, the food quality that we eat is no bueno.
It's shit.
Realistically.
It's shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. I mean, you guys, come on. You go to Italy, you can eat pizza and pasta every single day. I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I was fine. I come here, I have pasta like 3 days a week, and I feel like I want to die.
That's a good point. So what's what counts for that? Like, why?
The processing of our food, realistically.
Really? So like steroids and like fake shit that they're putting in it, you're saying?
All of it. I mean,
it's all processed.
Processed. Thank you.
You go to Europe and you're getting your milk off the farm. You're getting your wheat from the farm, like Nona's in her kitchen pressing something, right? Like, that's just how it is. That's just how they've always been. So, but here it's all processed, manufactured. Our nutrients are stripped down. I think I read something where, before 1 orange would be enough vitamin C for you for the day, and now you need 17 just to get the same amount of vitamin C.
Wow. I hear a pepper. A pepper is the way to go for vitamin C. I just thought I'd throw that out there. I heard. Is that true?
Like a green pepper,
like a red pepper, orange.
Bell pepper, like a bell pepper.
A bell pepper.
Got vitamin C in it? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Is that true?
Well,
sorry to side note, but I thought that was interesting.
I think an orange has more fucking vitamin C than a pepper.
I don't know, man. I heard peppers are where it's at.
But that's really interesting. So how does the vitamin C exit an orange? Like, how does it leave the orange? Like,
it's because it's the quality of the soil and the water.
Oh, so there's
right?
not.
It's not getting enough nutrients to really to grow properly. So when the study looked at what the nutrients were, back in the day. Now it's garbage, unfortunately. So you'll find a lot of people are starting to do a lot of supplementation, or they're not, or they're just spending a lot of money. But like in my practice, the biggest thing for me is I love gut health, hormones and gut health. And that's the biggest thing with weight gain too, is you either got your hormones are fucking out of whack because we are living in the most stressful of times. And even before COVID, pre-COVID, stress is just like a normal thing, but we've normalized stress. We really shouldn't normalize stress, because when you think about what your body's doing when you're stressed, it's almost terrifying because you're in constant fight or flight.
Right.
Your blood pressure is up, and it's really about cortisol.
Cortisol levels, yeah.
Hormone, right? And so cortisol will keep weight on, especially around the belly. It can offset your hormones, and then for women, they get really high estrogen, so they're carrying excessive weight. Their metabolism goes down. They're inflamed. It can affect their thyroid, which affects metabolism. It's this whole cascade of shit. So it's not as simple anymore of just being like, well, I'll eat my salad and my chicken, and I'll do my Zumba, and why am I not losing weight? It's way more than that. At the end of the day, chronic inflammation is really fucking us up.
So you mean the inflammation in your gut? Is that what you mean, like leaky gut?
Yeah, so leaky gut leads to chronic inflammation. So what basically happens, if you think of like a cup and you poke holes in it, and you put water in it, right? It starts to seep out. That's exactly what happens in our gut. So if we're eating things like the top things, right? Like gluten and dairy, that kind of shit. If you're eating that stuff and you're really sensitive to it, then what's going to happen is the cells in your intestinal wall split. And then you get all the bad bacteria and endotoxins and all this shit that seeps into your bloodstream. And then your immune system's like, what the hell is going on? We're under attack. So it goes after this food item and it attacks it in the blood because it needs to get rid of it. And that's what inflammation is. That's what chronic inflammation is. And whatever you're susceptible to, some people it's skin, some people it's gut, some people it's whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Anxiety, depression, quote unquote. You get that heightened sense of whatever you're sensitive to, because chronic inflammation over time is going to start targeting certain organs in your body, and it fucks up everything. It fucks up your hormones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And in order to achieve good hormonal balance, like where your insulin levels are good, I know there's like hormones like leptin, cortisol, all these different things. In order to create that perfect ecosystem, you're saying like things like oranges are even fucking not the same.
Well, you have to eat more of them.
What the fuck do you eat?
Yeah, what? Great question.
Bell peppers.
So it's
just bell peppers.
Just bell peppers.
Cauliflower. Okay.
and occasional orange. No. So you need to fix the gut. It's not so much about like what the fuck do you eat. It's like, I mean, we know what not to eat. Don't dig into your candy bag that the children have brought home and have a night of Snickers, number one. Okay,
Whole foods, right? Just eat whole foods. Like that should be okay, right? Like just if you don't eat processed foods.
Well, you would think that, but here's the thing. Leaky gut's a bitch. So sometimes because your gut is so inflamed, even healthy foods that you eat are seeping through and causing an issue. So what you have to do is heal the leaky gut. When you heal that leaky gut, then nothing seeps through, and then you can start eating foods again, raising your absorption rate. Because you have to think, if your intestines are inflamed, they're fucking not absorbing anything. So you could be eating the healthiest meals and still craving things like sugar, fats, whatever, McDicks, whatever you want to eat.
Yeah.
And
I do love McDonald's.
I do love to
fuck. Listen, me too. But,
and now they deliver it, so it's fucked.
So unfortunately, you can't absorb this shit.
So Megan, I'm almost certain I have an inflamed gut and I get leaky gut. I have some of the worst shits throughout the week, like constantly. And
You need a good colonic.
It's funny that she's mentioning this. I think she's right. Like, because I go through patches where I'm eating clean, I'm eating good, and then like sure enough, as soon as I eat like a little dairy or a little something a little off, my gut's just totally fucked. So what do you do to rebuild or restore the gut flora, the biome, the gut ecology, get rid of the leaky gut, get rid of the inflammation? What do you recommend for people?
A high colonic.
Yeah. You could do two things. So, I mean, in my practice, first of all, if you have no fucking idea what you're doing, go see a practitioner who knows what they're doing.
Like
they're
you.
going to be able to help you.
Not a naturopath, though, right?
The homeopath. We're a homeopath.
Go see a homeopath, not a naturopath?
A naturopath will do that. I'm a homeopath. It's just in the medicine that we use. That's the only difference between the two of us.
Okay. Well, there you go.
I use homeopathic medicine. They use, like naturopaths are pretty big on supplementation. So it's just the route you want to go. That's it.
Okay.
And both are good routes?
What?
Both are good routes. You know, would you say a naturopath would lead you down the same? Yeah. Okay.
So a naturopath who's going to give you supplements, are they trying to rebuild the gut ecology through like probiotics and stuff like that? Or are they saying like, you need to supplement with, these micronutrients or macronutrients so that you are sure that you get enough vitamins? Is that, I'm just curious. So,
Yeah. So I mean, I'll use supplementation in my practice as well. So for me with homeopathic medicines, whatever medicine I choose for you, at the end of the day, what it does, it's going to stimulate your body's own capacity to heal, and it's going to help to regenerate the immune system. Then if you want to really start to heal the leaky gut as well, I do a food sensitivity test, guys. This is the number one thing. You can get some blood work done. It's typically found in your healthcare practitioners that work under the umbrella of natural medicine. Like your family doctor probably won't have a fucking clue what this is.
Mhm.
But you do a food sensitivity test, and it shows you what the red zone foods that you're eating that are contributing to the leaky gut. That's number one. Then you remove those foods and you don't have the irritant in your system anymore. Then your body can start to heal. Because it's just going to be an obstacle course if you're taking all these supplements and you're like sleeping, you're trying to sleep well and do all these things, and you're still eating foods that are causing the leaky gut. It's one step forward, two steps back. That's what I tell everybody.
And
so
like
supplement. Yeah, go ahead.
And I was going to say, and like elimination diets, they can take forever to kind of decide, like to figure out what is the food that's bothering you, right? Like it can take a really long time because it takes days for those foods to kind of exit your system, and you really have to be very diligent. So you're saying blood work can kind of pinpoint what those foods are, dairy, gluten, whatever it is, then you can isolate those, remove them from your diet, and solve the problem.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest route to go. You have to obviously go through a health practitioner to do that. If you don't want to do that, then my recommendation is always doing pre and probiotics. So probiotics dump the healthy bacteria into your gut. Prebiotics are like a fibrous material that feed the good bacteria so they can overgrow and take back their community, because most of us are walking around with like bad bacteria in our gut, which is causing all the issues, right?
I was telling Mike before, I'm like, so yeah, when you eat certain foods, your gut biome gets populated with bacteria that wants those foods. Like if you eat sugar, then your gut biome gets really filled up with bacteria that want sugar, and then they send signals to your brain to eat more sugar. So it's like the idea that you're craving something, it's not necessarily you. It's a lot of your gut, what they want to eat, the bacteria in your gut. It's like how many what do they call it? Cultures live in your gut. It's like trillions, right? It's like more than the population of the planet live in your gut. Yeah. And then there's only so much space, right? Like so there's if you eat certain foods and they populates that space with more of those kinds of bacteria that break down those foods, right? Is that the idea, Megan? Am I right about that?
Yeah, good for you.
Look at the big brains on Mike.
Yeah. I still don't know what's causing my leaky gut, but like whatever.
It's probably the beer we're drinking at 11 a.m.
I do drink beer. And I eat McDonald's.
Well, at least you're aware. A lot of people aren't aware. They're eating McDonald's every day. Like I have people come in and I'm like, what do you drink? Like, what are the things? They're like, well, I have a Red Bull in the morning. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah, not good. Red Bull. Those energy drinks are death.
So yeah, I think a big problem with me is Diet Coke. And I've heard that Diet Coke,
I didn't even know that you like Diet Coke.
I love Diet Coke, and I think it's better. Like I want a Coke when I eat, especially when I go to McDonald's. I want a Coke.
See, I get iced tea or Sprite.
It's to me, it's like the perfect combo of a cheeseburger.
No, it's not better. I'm not saying it's better. That's
same sugar. But I figure like, okay, no sugar, it's better for me. But I've heard that the aspartame or whatever the artificial sweeteners are, they really they kill a lot of the bacteria in your gut, or they do something. Can you talk to people about that? And like how diet drinks might be actually really making people way more fat than they think?
Yeah, well, it throws, you've just said it, throws the microbiome off, and also aspartame has been linked to cancer. Like, it's just simple, right? It's not we need to be eating more natural food. So listen, if you're going to treat yourself, because I'm a big believer that you need to also live your life. Like we have one life, let's enjoy it a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be realistic.
At the same time, if you're really suffering, then you really need to start modifying the things that you got to ask why you love them so much. People that crave chocolate all the time, technically, they probably have a magnesium deficiency because dark chocolate is rich in magnesium. So your body's actually asking for something from you. It'll tell you what it wants. We just don't listen to it.
That's awesome. Actually, that's a really good point.
That's interesting. I always thought that too. Like when you crave certain foods, it's like your body saying, I need something out of this food. I want this food. How does your body know? Like how do those cravings come about? Like how does the body really kind of understand, okay, I need magnesium. I know I get magnesium out of this food, so I'm going to tell the brain to eat bananas or something,
dark chocolate.
Or dark chocolate, whatever. Yeah. How's that work?
Yeah, they write letters to each other now.
They're all in communication.
They send text messages?
Yeah, text.
Or Snapchats, maybe.
Hey, asshole, dark chocolate.
Yeah, I mean, again, it goes back to leaky gut. It's just that I'm going to keep saying it because honestly, you're just not absorbing the things that you're eating. And so you need all these micro and macro nutrients to do the daily processes, to regenerate the cells, to repair the damaged cells, to create new cells, for everything, right? So your body is a really intelligent organism. It knows what it needs and it knows what it wants. And so, especially as a homeopath, the biggest thing I look at is symptoms. So you can come in with digestive issues and come in with Crohn's. And I understand what Crohn's means, but I need to know, what is your body asking? So what are your symptoms? Because your Crohn's and the next person's Crohn's are going to be two completely different experiences. So your body talks to you through symptoms. And that's the whole focus of my practice, is listening to your body as to what it needs and figuring out what the hell is our next steps, because your body is speaking to you. We just don't listen. And then you're right, Mike, our gut has a telephone line to our brain. So, look at what's happening right now with mental health. It's on the rise. Suicide rates are up.
Drug use.
We're in lockdowns. It's crazy. But, a lot of that is attributed to our gut because we have what's called an enteric nervous system that coats our gut. That is the direct telephone line that moves to the central nervous system in the brain, and they talk all the time. So people think, well, I'm just going to eat this burger and we're just going to break it down. I'm going to shit it out, and that's what we're going to do. Your gut actually does a lot more than that. So your gut makes hormones, specifically happy hormones, like chemicals that make happy hormones like serotonin and dopamine. Number one, it does 50,000 other things. So when you're in this day and age dealing with sadness, depression, or whatever you want to call it, you have to also look at what you're eating and how your gut's behaving, because it's responsible for so many other things. We just don't attribute it. Our immune system, 80% lives in the large intestinal walls. 80%. People are freaking out about fucking COVID. Why don't you worry about your health?
Absolutely.
Because your immune, at the end of the day, is the only thing that's going to get you through. Vaccines or not, your immune system is where it's at.
I like this. That's a really good message. And I said that to Mike. I'm like, your gut's kind of like they say, it's like your second brain. Like when you get that gut feeling, like it is like that gut feeling, and it is kind of that way. Like it does send signals to the brain. It's telling you what to do. It's almost in a way controlling you in some ways.
I have a question.
Like a puppet.
I know you. This is what you do, but is there like a basic package you could just give? Like, I know you don't push supplements like a naturopath.
I think
but
Mike's sold on this. I think Mike wants to.
My
take a
thing
serve.
is that okay? So when I turned 30, I'm obviously older than that now. But when I did turn 30, I started taking vitamin D, B, and
Mike loves D.
and I do love the D, in and around my mouth. Also, fish oil.
Same.
And I also started taking when I had my first kid, I started taking what's the fucking apple cider vinegar.
Apple cider.
Now I took is that like a crash course to trying to be healthy? That's what I took it as. Like those are the basics I need as a 30-year-old to try to is there like a basic package that people can kind of kickstart a little healthier idea, like a little healthier lifestyle without going too extreme off the hop?
Yeah, I mean, so you've got some of it right. Vitamin B, again, if you're eating good foods, then you probably don't need vitamin like the B complex per se.
You hear me chuckling,
I think
right?
fish oils are great for inflammation. Okay, so you did
Fish
good
oil.
there.
I'm gonna get some fish oil. I think I'm gonna get some fish oil.
Fish oil.
Because Megan, I want to ask you. You said the body speaks to you. What is the body going to say to you if you have leaky gut? How do people know that they have leaky gut or they have inflammation in the gut? Like if you like for instance, if you shart, is that a good indication?
Oh Jesus.
That you have leaky gut?
Trying to tell me something? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
All of a sudden, he's got explosive diarrhea. He's got sharts. This guy needs fucking
Buddy,
help too.
I'm telling you, this beer IPAs fuck my stomach up like you wouldn't
Those
believe.
fucking hops, man.
The hops, they fuck
I
my
love it,
stomach
though.
up.
I love
can't
it.
stop drinking. Fuck. So yeah, maybe can you explain what is the body going to signal to you? What are some of the signs for people to look out for if they want to know if they have leaky gut? And sorry, I think I skipped over your question too.
We're all over the map always.
Yeah,
we get excited.
I know. I don't want to. So what happens is I don't want to forget the question.
Yeah, I know. I hear you.
Because I want to get it. But maybe answer Mike's question first, and then you can answer mine.
Okay, so what is like the little package?
Yeah, like if someone wanted to like kickstart maybe something healthy, like when you hit 30, I started doing blood work every other year. I took a little bit of worry about my health. Like I just want to make sure that I'm like all of a sudden I got cancer. Boom. So I go for.
Cancer can happen to anybody.
No. I know. I'm just saying. I I go to my family doctor and I say, hey, I need blood work. I go every other year.
Okay.
And I'm petrified of needles, so this is a big step for me. So when I hit 30, I took a little more knowledge in my health, which I probably should have started at a younger age. But I mean,
no, I think it's fine.
Okay. Anyway, so I started taking like these little health things. I researched online, saw that vitamin D, B, and fish oil. So that's my thing, plus the apple cider vinegar.
Okay, so let's see what Megan has.
Yes, that's okay. I was just trying to get her back into it.
Okay. Yeah. So vitamin D is great, I think, especially through the winter months because we require sun to create vitamin D for us. I would say like for most people, they probably could do with like a multivite because we're probably not absorbing all the nutrients that we're eating. So a multivite is a good way to go. I like the fish oils again because it lowers inflammation. I really want to push the pre and probiotics because most of our guts are like really fucked up. So it doesn't harm you to take pre and probiotics as well. And then the other thing I'd say for you guys too is if you're eating foods that you find like you're like Christmas dinner and this is going to fuck me up because I'm going to be eating all the things. You can go and take some digestive enzymes and that will help to break down your food as well during that meal. So it helps assist your stomach in breaking down the nutrients so that maybe the effects that you get like sharding your pants isn't like such an issue.
Okay. So that's good. That's a good sign. So what other signs, like I'm going to ask my question again. Yeah. So what your body said, you said the body signals to you, it's telling you what sort of signals should people look out for to know they have gut inflammation or leaky gut?
Okay. So I'll start by saying that it can be any symptom that you have, any issue that you're dealing with. What I commonly see is so first of all, upset stomach, right? Diarrhea, constipation, bloating, excessive gas, chronic fatigue is a big one.
Yeah.
So people that like think that they should be waking up with some pep in their step in the morning and can't get their ass out of bed, there's a reason for it. Not just because you turned 30.
I'm well over 30, by the way.
Sleeping. Issues with sleep. So if we've got trouble sleeping, staying asleep, insomnia, difficulty falling asleep, that's another one. Weight gain and difficulty losing weight. Again, chronic inflammation will lead to that. And skin. Skin is a big indicator. It's like the number one thing. Look at your skin. What is your, see? What
It puts lotion on the skin. It puts the lotion on the skin.
I said this to Mike because I told Mike, I'm like,
I have a problem sleeping.
Mike has a problem sleeping, and he's got a lot of these issues.
I don't have skin issues, by the way.
No, but
not even close.
But remember, I told you, I'm like, I complimented someone. I'm like, she's got really nice skin, and you're like, what do you care about skin? I'm like, that's a big indicator. The skin is like one of the biggest organs on the body, right? And
I'm just saying, if I'm looking at a woman, I'm just like, oh my god, her skin. I'm not like, oh my god,
to
her
me,
skin.
To me, it's one of the most attractive things about a girl is if she's got nice skin.
I don't want her to be a fucking exfoliating pad or whatever.
No, it's just I want nice, soft, like blemish free. It's nice.
I'm a fucking alligator. I get it.
I like nice skin. Anyways, that's a good. Okay, so that's good. So your skin's a good indicator whether you kind of might be having
or
some health
sleeping.
issues.
She gave a bunch of little tips there. On sleeping's a big one for me. I have a problem sleeping.
Mike's got issues. All these issues that you're just talking about.
Not the skin one, buddy.
Your skin's pretty good.
My skin's excellent.
Yeah, you do have excellent skin.
Olive.
Yeah, he does have excellent skin.
I do.
But
it puts the lotion on. Buffalo Bill was skin the shit out of me.
So maybe you're doing something right.
Beer.
Buffalo Bill, he would make
I'm
a
doing
nice suit
fish
out of
oil
you.
right. She told me I'm doing the fish oil right.
You got the fish oil. Yeah.
See? Can't all be winners.
But you know what, guys? The easiest thing you can do is, like you said, Mike, like you eat dairy and you're not well. So why do you keep eating dairy?
It's fucking delicious.
Honestly, why do you keep doing it?
He's Italian. How's he going to cut cheese out?
You're talking to me?
You're the one that said you ate dairy.
No. I don't. I cut dairy out a lot. I don't put cheese on my burgers. I drink almond milk. I only drink almond milk.
I don't drink milk.
I
That
think
shit's
milk's
nasty.
I think milk's for babies.
It's gross.
And
my kids don't even know what real milk is.
No, and honestly, like I used to really, really dig cheese. My dad would have like a fucking wheel of Parmesan, and he would just sit at the table and cut slices of cheese and drink wine.
Yeah,
and
I still do that. By the way,
fuck, it's nice. It's nice. But I'm like, I don't know. I've kind of lost the
yeah, but you
the
did
thing for
say
that.
when you have cheese, you feel like shit. That's what she's asking you. Why do you eat it if you know it's going to make you feel like shit? That was her question.
Because it's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we all agree it's fucking awesome.
Brie cheese. Ooh, the creamier the cheese is, the more fucked up I get.
That's weird.
I have you know what though, Megan, I have this certain threshold. Like I can have a certain amount of ice cream, I can have a certain amount of dairy without having any issue. But then there's some times where it's like, oh, this is bad.
Maybe you're lactose. Can you develop being lactose intolerant?
I think it's just I have an irritated gut. I don't think that's it.
Yeah, maybe we got
you know what?
we got leaky gut shit.
I think I got to talk to Megan. Actually, I think
I do have a question. So I had my appendix removed, and then after having my appendix removed recently, I hate to get on this topic again, but my shits are explosive. Could that have anything to do? It literally, as soon as almost like hand in hand. It almost went hand in hand though, buddy. Nothing's changed. Like I've been the same diet for a long fucking time.
Is it possible that his appendix erupted because of his leaky gut and inflammation?
I was told by the doctors no.
Okay, well,
surgery?
I didn't know. I don't want to get into a whole so like
he told the story on the show.
Quick little story. It ruptured and was leaking in me for days, and I didn't know. Everyone kept telling me I had the stomach flu. So by the time they performed the surgery, my sac was empty and all in my intestines. Then I got an infection. Yeah, all that shit was all in me.
Bile.
And long story short, the doctors almost sent me home with the flu, told me I had the stomach flu, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, I was in the hospital for 2 weeks, then went back, infection, yada, yada. But since then, explosive.
Every shit is explosive? You don't have one good shit?
Well, there's a lot coming out, but
is it all liquid though? Is it none of it
not
solid?
like that explosive. I mean, like, but it's like
I feel like
I don't want to make the noise like boom, like it's an explosion.
But is it
like
solid?
The first initial?
Is it solid?
Yeah,
well, solid's good, right, Megan? If you have a solid dump.
Yeah, I think shitting's important. So we should get.
But
on
if
that
it's
topic.
liquid, then it's a problem.
No, it's not liquid. It's solid. But it's like the first initial one is like boom, it hits that bowl.
I don't think the audience is going to want to hear us talk about this. But
this is interesting.
I think so. I think shitting is one of the biggest pleasures of life. I think it's one of my favorite things to do.
See?
It really is.
So let's let her answer. So do you think that
Love
could
taking a good shit.
coincide the surgery of them cutting me open, taking out, maybe not necessarily just because they took out my appendix, but maybe could the surgery have fucked up a little bit of my shit?
Well,
No
I mean,
pun
if
intended.
you had your appendix leaking in your system for a couple days, like that's gonna
like
fuck you up in general because it's
4 days, by the way.
you're becoming toxic, right? So I mean, fuck, I don't have a straight answer for you if it goes hand in hand. I mean, if your shits are solid, you're lucky. So if you had like liquidy shits, then I'd be like, okay, something's going on. But at the same time, I mean, I'm sure. What are you drinking? You guys drinking water? You're drinking beer. Okay. Yeah, great. So that's probably
Bench brew again.
explosive shit.
It's excellent. Beer does this to me. Beer, IPAs especially, give me liquid dumps, and it's horrible. Like, it's like I piss out of my ass.
By the way, I would like to add that I went septic too. I was going septic. I was turning brown and yellow before
Mike,
surgery.
Yeah, we get it.
I just wanted to let her know. She likes to hear the shit.
Your diet's fucked, Mike. Like literally. Like you're wondering, like if it's the appendix burst. No, you got to clean your diet up.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying the appendix is the reason why I'm a fucking mess. I just want to know about the shits if that's what was causing.
You're
the
getting
issues.
solid shits though.
Yeah. Oh, no problem, buddy.
If you're getting solid, I get that.
I
think
have
that's
to
good.
wake up early for work just to prepare for the 3 shits that are coming.
So I think it's,
and they're coming. They're like clockwork.
So that's a good question.
I'm very regular.
That's a good question, Megan. What's a healthy amount of times to shit per day?
Yeah, no, great question, Mike. Let me answer that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Like you should be having a minimum of 1 shit a day.
No
if
problem.
you listen, when you're a baby, you got like Mike, Gamora, you have kids, right? So
Yep, 2.
those kids like probably shit after every meal, no?
Yeah, they're regular. Like they're minimum 1 a day.
You know when they shit?
Well, yeah, buddy, because it's like a production. They're like, I gotta go, and then they close the door and they lock it now. Now they're locking. Not that I wanted to go
They
in and
don't
check
just
on them.
shit on their own, like
no, but
autonomously?
they take their pads with them. They announce it. No, buddy, you don't have kids, so you don't know. They announce it. They let you know.
They
it's
sit
time.
on they sit on there with the pad.
Yeah, and they shit and they enjoy themselves.
That's could be dangerous though, right, Reagan? If you sit on
if you sit too long.
If you sit too long. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, but
okay,
yes,
so
go
your
ahead, sorry.
point though, Megan. Your point though, Megan.
Go if you can go once a day and have like an actual decent shit, not like rabbit pellets and then you're still bothered down by it.
Yeah.
You can go once a day. That's pretty healthy. I'd say you're winning at this point. If you're going like once every other day and that's your norm, okay. But anything after that, there's an issue.
I hear models only shit once a week.
I heard that too, because I heard they all eat is chocolate. I heard they all eat
And
is
they have
dark chocolate.
steroid cream all over themselves. So
Well, when you're throwing it up, you don't shit it out.
I hear they eat cotton and water.
Maybe cotton's not good for your bowel, I don't think. But Megan, that's you know what I mean. You made a good point. It's not calories in, calories out. So by that rationale, if you get good gut ecology, if you are able to, reinvigorate your gut biome, it's a fucking perfectly healthy gut biome. Is that to be said that now calories aren't as critical? Like you could eat 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day and not gain weight, or is it still like there's still a certain element of calories in, calories out?
absolutely. But it's what happens is people do all this restriction or they do their apps and they do all this fucking shit. And they're eating healthy and they just can't lose the weight. It's probably because, again, like I said, your gut's probably just off. So yes, calories in, calories out, it is a thing. It's just that there's more to it sometimes than just the restriction and counting your numbers and weighing your food. It's way more than that. But if you have a perfect gut, which like congratulations to whoever has that, and you've got things going right, then yes, then in the kitchen, the nutritional aspect, how much you eat and what proportion of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, and your micronutrients, all those things count, including exercise. Then you have to look at that. If you're leading a fucking super stressful life and your cortisol is like ripping all the time, you're probably, even though you exercise all the time, you're probably not going to lose a lot of weight because your body just won't allow you hormonally. It's actually better for you to take a chill and like do yoga or walking or something.
Or smoke some weed.
Or smoke some goddamn weed. Do whatever you got to do. You know what I mean? But you have to be careful too, because if you're living in a chronically stressful environment or state, which most of us are, then excessive exercise is actually doing you damage, not good. And I think that's a hard thing for people to wrap their head around, because they hear 30 minutes of exercise a day, vigorous exercise plus nutrition, and bang, this is your result. But that's not really always the case. So sometimes I was like a chronic exerciser. I loved it. And then I saw my homeopath and he was like, chill the F out. Like, you're killing yourself. You need to go do some yoga and meditate. Goodbye. Like, chill out. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I chilled out for a full year. And my body was like, thank you, loser.
And it responded, right? I know, like, I try to keep my workouts under 45 minutes because I've heard that after about 45 minutes, the body starts producing cortisol. And it's the stress hormone that your body's like, okay, you're doing too much maybe. And then you start becoming counterproductive, or you get diminishing returns the more you work.
Supposed to get juicy in under 45 minutes.
You got to train hard for 45 minutes. You got to train hard. You got to get in and get out. But Megan, what I was going to say is, like, so if I want a perfect biome. I want a perfect gut.
I make an appointment.
I want constantly good shits because they're my favorite. Okay, I want them constantly.
It's always about the shits. I love it.
Man,
it is though.
It is though. What do I do? Tell me what to do. How do we tackle this?
So you have two routes. You can start eliminating the foods that you know upset your stomach. Number one.
Cheese.
Number one.
Cheese is out for you, buddy.
Cheese and beer, I think.
It's not a couple, because most likely in your beer you've got barley, and a lot of people when they do their tests, barley is like a number one trigger for people. And I tell them, so that's your beer, and they're like, fuck, and I'm like, well, and guys, like especially for us Italians, wine. So brewer's yeast that's used to ferment the sugar into alcohol is usually a big trigger for a lot of people. I mean, I hate to break everyone's hearts, but you have to be careful too, because if you have a sensitivity to brewer's yeast, then the wine and a lot of liquors, they got to go. So if you know what foods bother you, remove them. Give your body a break, and not just a week. You need like a good few months, and this is where it gets hard for people. And then, like I said, some pre and probiotic, maybe a fish oil, and some digestive enzymes. If you're going to have a meal that you're going to cheat, let's say, and just enjoy your life, take some digestive enzymes down, and make sure you hydrate. Please hydrate like 2 liters plus a day, because I think we don't have a clue like how much water our bodies actually need. And I'm telling you guys, limit the stress. Whatever is like you have to. It's not like I live a stressful life and I just don't have time. Well, your body's eventually going to give you a chronic illness, and then you're going to have to make time. So,
and you're going to have to take all the pills they push down your throat. Then
I want to ask you this though, Megan. So let's say you do get a perfect biome. Your gut ecology is healthy as ever can be. Then let's say one night you decide I want to drink beer. I want to have some beer. Is that going to undo all the
She said
hard
treat
work?
yourself once in a while.
Well, I'm just saying, like, because like, how quickly can the gut biome change? Like, if you start introducing beer one night, is all of a sudden now the gut biome going to shift, and now you have to take another few weeks to get rid of that, or how diligent do you need to be with this?
So if you're serious about it and you take a good few months and you let your gut heal, you let the holes close up, then eventually, and I say this to my patients, it's not forever. So maybe you take 3 months, give yourself, just start there, 3 months, take a break, and then slowly reintroduce the food. So let's say for you, it's like cream cheese, whatever.
Okay.
You try it. You want to give it a go. You want to see if you're going to shit your pants or not. So you try the cream cheese after 3 months, and maybe you're okay. And that might simply mean that, okay, like I can have this a little bit, but if you chronically start to reintroduce it and then you go back to the same symptoms, then you know that it's just not meant for your body. And maybe you can treat yourself here and there, but chronic use over time is going to do the same thing. It's going to go right back to leaky gut, because that's just your sensitivity for whatever the hell reason. And that's just the way it is. So it's not a forever thing. You can reintroduce foods into your diet again once you've healed the gut, but you need to heal the gut first. And that's the hardest step for people, because telling them not to have feta on their salad is like a thing. But then I ask, like, what is your health worth? You're investing in your health, and then there's no result. So what are we doing? Right?
Yeah.
Like I'm a really straightforward practitioner. I that's how I am in life. And I think honesty is the best policy. And, sometimes you have to have those conversations. Like, you're not doing your part, because, at the end of the day, guys, this, if you don't do the work, you're not going to get the results. No matter who you see and what you take and what you do, if you don't put the work in as well, and it's a relationship.
Yeah, it's still on you. It's still on you. as a person. Yeah, right.
I don't go home and follow you around and creep in your kitchen and be like, put down the cheese. Like,
How much does that cost for you to do that? For you to follow for you to follow us around and say, "Hey, put that cheese down."
Like really expensive.
You slap it out of my hand. Slap it out of my mouth.
Let me invoice you. Hold on.
Well, listen, everybody. If you guys want to look as beautiful as Megan here, and with that beautiful skin, and you look great, Megan. Honestly, so if you want to live a healthy, more lifestyle, contact Megan. I'm
yes.
actually going to.
How do people reach you? How do our fans and people reach you?
Yeah, so if you Google my name, Megan Manzo, I'm pretty rare out there. You'll probably find me. But I have my website, so www.healthandhealinghomeopathy.com. You can email me at info@healthandhealinghomeopathy.com. You get a hold of me through email or send me a message on Facebook. I've got a Facebook page, healthandhealinghomeopathy.com. And I will reach out to you guys. And the first step is just having a conversation. There's no pressure. There's no bookings. There's no nothing. Let's just chat about what's going on and figure out what is happening and how I can help and if it's going to be a good relationship for us.
I have two questions, and you don't have to answer them.
Okay.
Of course.
Let's start with the first one. Is an iron gut or an iron stomach a thing? And if you don't use it, do you lose it? We could start with the first one, or you could just not answer.
It's an iron gut. So
like if you could just eat anything, and you're just like, fuck, my stomach could take anything.
Well, I was going to ask
because people say that. That's a saying.
I was going to mention to Megan. I'm like, how big of a component is genetics? Is this is these food intolerance genetic thing, or is it based on your behavior? Is it based on the things that you've eaten over your lifetime that's kind of acclimated your gut? Or I mean, how much does genetics play in this?
It plays a role, but I'll tell you what the biggest thing is, and it's one of the questions that I always ask. Were you a cesarean or a vaginal birth, and were you breastfed or formula fed? Because your microbiome is created through vaginal birth and breastfeeding. That's two of the biggest places that you, right off the hop, that you start to create a healthy microbiome. So it starts there. And then, again, it's about stress levels, guys. I'm telling you, I cannot push how terrible stress is to your body.
That's why I let my wife deal with all the fucking bills. I have no idea what's going on in my life. I could be rich. I could be broke. I have no idea.
You can be stressed, though, buddy. You get stressed out.
Yeah, you stress me out.
A little bit. I get, buddy. I'm full of stress. I've had a lot of,
you're high tension. Pal.
Buddy, you see my legs moving? Like Megan, I gotta stop my knee. I got the Jimmy legs. I gotta do this. I see it on the show all the time. I don't know. Last 3-4 years, I've just had a lot of anxiety, stress. I don't know. I had a panic attack like 3 days ago.
You needed to jerk off more, by the sounds of it.
I jerk off plenty. Don't trust me. I jerk off lots.
He's not gonna lose it, okay?
What's that?
So you don't lose it. If you don't use it, you don't lose it.
You don't lose it. It might shrink, which is unfortunate, but
what might shrink?
If you don't use it, you don't lose it. Figure it out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Guys,
I don't know what you're talking about.
In the hospital is impeccable. Like, just be thankful. Use it. Don't lose it.
Use it, don't lose it. Okay, that's great.
That's good advice. That's great advice. That's all I've heard so far. I'm fucking with you.
That's good.
Mike, get your gut in check. That's probably why. Remember, I talked about anxiety and that whole thing. You gotta get it's your gut, man. People don't realize if you start getting anxiety out of nowhere and there's no real cause for it, but you got those nervous feelings, get your gut in check.
Oh, good call. You know what, Megan? I think we're gonna talk after this. I think I should come see you. Honestly, I think this has been something that I've kind of ignored for a long time because, you know, what happens I think with me is I get on little good patches. I'm having good shits. I'm feeling kind of good, and then something, you know, it happens. We have a couple of weekends, and then all of a sudden you start to revert, and then all of a sudden you start to feel shitty, and your energy levels are really low. And you're not getting the kind of results you want from the gym, your body, you know, it's just stuff like that. So I'm like, I think I do need to start taking more seriously, really address the issue. And like Megan
everyone
said,
should be.
I think it's important for people. And it's a quality of life. Like if you, like Megan said, you address it now, the rest of your life, you can live a lot better quality of life.
We really should have started when we were like 16.
Yeah, the longer you put it off, the more you're just going to suffer, right? So
we'd be killing it right now.
Absolutely. I'd look more like Aquaman.
My skin would be fucking glowing if I
Yeah,
started.
but haven't we lived our best lives so far, though? Come on, like the 20s were great.
Oh,
So
20s were great.
You can't you know what I mean? I mean, woulda, coulda, shoulda. You can start now. It's never too late to start now, and it doesn't take as long as some people would think. You have to start somewhere and give yourself credit for it. That's all.
Slow and steady wins the fucking race, like the fucking Bulls.
Tortoise in the hair.
Yeah, like the Bulls, buddy. Fuck them all.
Yeah, that's it. Well, Megan, thanks so
Thank you
much
so
for
much.
coming on the show. This was super helpful and informative.
And hopefully people learn something.
I think so too. Yeah. Contact Megan. Reach out. She knows her stuff. She really does.
Yeah.
And everyone, I think it's important that we, especially during this time, during the pandemic, that we all be healthy. I think if you really want to stay safe from the coronavirus, do these things to build up your immune system. Like
Get that immunity up.
Your immune system is going to be your best defense.
Lick the floor,
Masks,
man. Lick the
social
floor.
distancing.
A lot of
I don't
germs
even
there.
think it works. There's not a lot of evidence to show it. Your immune system does work. And that's something that's going to be a big thing for people. So, I would suggest if you have any of the things we're talking about, diarrhea constantly, fatigue, all these things, you're feeling like shit, go talk to Megan. It's probably what you're eating.
Yeah.
You guys got it. Thank
Stay
you
away
for
from the
being honest.
McDicks.
Absolutely,
Fun.
Megan. Thanks for coming
Thank
on
you.
our show.
We'll be in contact.
Absolutely.
Okay, sounds good.
Take care.
Bye, Megan.
Megan Manzo, great. Everyone should check her out. That was great.
Yeah.
Informative. I mean, sounds like we're fucked.
No, I think honestly, this gave me a little bit of hope.
Buddy,
because I've been dealing with bad shits randomly for a long time.
Yeah.
Randomly, like I'll just have
I learned a couple things.
It's just
so I
not
know
nice.
I'm doing some things right. Obviously, I'm doing a lot of things wrong.
Yeah.
But the fish oil, she was very supportive of fish oil.
Yeah.
And
Buddy, how hard is it for you to fucking pop a fish oil in your mouth?
Boom. I do it all the time.
That's
I've
not
been doing
hard.
I've been doing it for 7 years.
Not drinking beer and restricting your diet. That's the tough part,
You gotta
buddy.
live, buddy. You gotta live.
You gotta live.
I also learned that if you don't use it, you lose it. Or did she say the opposite? Fuck, I already forgot.
I think she said you don't lose
You
it.
don't, but it shrinks.
But I think she... But I also think she said use it. I think she
Use
said
it. Yeah,
use
she
it
said use
so
it.
you don't lose it.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right.
know what you were talking
thank you.
about.
I don't either. I just wanted to
Use
throw it in
what?
there. I just wanted to fuck with her a little bit.
She's really sweet.
She was
Very
really
cool.
nice. Thank you, Megan. Local Fort Erie girl, now with her own practice. Awesome.
Very smart girl and knows her stuff. Really does. And then she's obviously really passionate about it. I think Megan's pursuit of this came from her own wanting to be a healthy, live a good life,
Yeah.
and feel great
Well,
and
she
look
said
great.
she was killing herself in the gym, and then someone told her to relax. She told that. It
Yeah,
was nice.
no, she's. I think she's been a big proponent of health for a long time, and I think, through her own machinations, like learning this stuff and figuring, getting obviously the certification in the homeopath.
There's a passion.
Yeah, she's got a passion for it, and
That's awesome.
I think she really wants to help people, and I think obviously the things that are working for her, why not share them with the rest of the world?
Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. And I'm going to end on that note, buddy. Hey.
What?
Thank you. This was fun. Thank you, Megan. Have a good night, guys.
Everybody have a good night. Thanks for joining.
I like your name a lot.